Hi. Let's open the looks like we're doing a reaction video to Sea Dog's problematic media take sparks massive backlash from Mor Kazahama. I think it is Mor Kazahama. I don't know. We're just gonna call him Kaza. Anyway, welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, well, congratulations. It's also my very first long form video. And it's my very first reaction video. So we're going to try to do this smooth and easy and without blowing Twitter up in the process. Okay, let's do this. All right, so hello, how you doing? Today we've got a fresh drama in the anime/VTuber world that's blowing up on Twitter. Mor Kazahana just dropped a video breaking down this viral clip from Sea-Dog VA, talking about why people are scared to like problematic media. We all know how that goes. Let me put on my glasses real quick for this one. Hold on. Alright. Yeah, I'm in educational lady mode. Yeah, I'm in reaction mode. Alright, so the clip sounds pretty reasonable at first, but people are calling out major hypocrisy because of his past comments on lolly content. We're gonna watch the key parts, react live, and break it down. If you don't like drama, or if you do like drama, if you do like drama, anime discourse, or just seeing people get ratioed online, this one is for you. 100%. Let's dive into do this thing.
Dog, who we've talked about on this channel quite a lot, especially whenever it comes to stuff to do with Iron Mouse and things like that. And now, obviously, some was like drama, some, obviously he's on the right side of drama. But it seems like he's been getting a lot of backlash over on Twitter lately over one clip that has been going pretty viral from the podcast. Obviously, they say Sea-Dog VA hits the nail on the head of why people are so scared to like problematic media. So let's take a look at this clip, and then obviously, yeah, for context, and then we'll talk about some of the responses and what people
been like. They're like not brainwashed, but like fucking coached into like seeing. This is not a reflection of me or my character. It's like, bro, you played a game. It's like if I played Sano Uta, doesn't mean I'm a fan. I'm a #1 like stan of Uta. I love everything about it. It's like I experienced the story that was on offer. Yeah, and I think people are afraid to jump or be seen playing games like this because they're like, you're. It's like, bro, that is not exactly. That is not even remotely close to the truth. And when you boil down conversations like that of discussing media like this, you are absolutely robbing any nuance in any way to discuss these things.
So yeah, obviously a pretty fair take. I feel like this clip is fair enough. Now we'll go into why people are getting angry about it in 1 second. But yeah, obviously they're talking about a game, Sino Uta, which I think is a lolicon like eroge type game.
Okay, I actually don't hate this take. He's saying your younger audiences and some older ones get coached. I believe that is the word used in teaching something in media as something that is immediately thinking this reflects my character. Playing a game or watching a story with dark or edgy elements doesn't automatically make you a bad person. For example, I love playing Dead by Daylight, Resident Evil, and I love absolutely annihilating every single mob in Minecraft. I'm not gonna lie, I also like lolly type characters. Similar to mine right here, I'm already, a lolly type character, But at the same time, not all lollies are depicted as literal children. Those who see it that way have not been around long enough to see that there are different types of lollies. There are lolitas, and then there are lollies. There are lolitas, which is what I am, which is still technically a lolly, but yeah. Anyway, we're getting off track here. I like it. I like lollies, but I also don't like the hentai version of lollies because that is just to me that is inappropriate. That's just how I feel on that subject. Don't come for me. So it's like, bro, you experienced the story, right? You didn't sign a manifesto, okay? He's like, he's right. That boiling everything down to like, and stripping nuance makes it impossible to actually discuss media. A lot of great stories tackle uncomfortable topics, and this is one of them. That said, the internet is not letting this man cook in peace. Just let him cook. Just let Sudok be. Okay, let him cook. Let him cook. Let him be. He's fine. Yes, people are allowed to change their opinions years later after the fact, okay? That's called being a mature person when you're brave enough to actually have an opinion about something. Grow up here, people. Stop being little brats. Alright, okay, so that's that for that one.
like Arrogate type game, right? And he's saying like, you know, essentially you shouldn't be scared to like problematic media or to talk about problematic media because you know it's just like one of those things, right? You shouldn't have to like be like, oh no, this is wrong or whatever like that, as he says in the clip, right? And yeah, obviously this person posts it saying he hits the nail on the head. But obviously now, you know, people are pointing out some previous clips and things saying, coming from the same dude that thinks you are a PDF for liking lollies. He said he's never said this and is aware that Joey and Gigguk are lollicons and is close friends with them. He does consider it weird though and pokes fun at it. Now, yeah, if you guys don't remember, obviously there was a couple of clips, for example, this one which went around of a figure of Sagiri from I forget what it's called. Is it Aramonga Sensei? I think it's Aramonga Sensei. And obviously, yeah, she's like a younger character or whatever, and you can see he has a very different reaction to Joey and John.
What the fuck?
Ladies and gentlemen, that I shout out Aramonga Sensei just for Gaunt. Everybody, round of applause.
Well done, Joey. Well done.
Okay.
Oh, I do not. Oh my goodness, here comes the heat. People are pointing up old clips where Sea Dog is very vocal and negative about lolly characters. The Aramanga Sensei figure moment, yeah, he is possibly uncomfortable joking about FBI, prison, etc. So the criticism is this, basically, you're ruining people not to be scared of problematic media while actively making people scared of it. That's the core of the drama. He's being called the wrong messenger. Ouch.
I'm proud of you. Proud of you, Joey.
Are we going to prison?
Even though I saw about 10 Aramanga Sensei figures along the way.
Why is there so many?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's popular enough, I guess. It's actually not too bad, to be honest with you. I'm not exactly a fan of Aramanga Sensei, but this is actually a pretty solid
I
figure.
think you'd have the FBI knocking if you said you were.
Well, I mean, Gaunt should be used to that by now, right?
Once, I'm okay not seeing the figure, you know?
You sure?
It looks like a child's playmat there. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, I'll bring it out. I'll bring it out, don't worry.
The fuck is that?
I think it's supposed to symbolize Sagiri's, like, bed, right?
What happens in this anime? Why is it children's stuff?
Because she is a hentai artist.
She's
Right?
yeah. She's
What?
like
Yeah.
she's the Aramanga Sensei.
She's the Aramanga Sensei.
Yeah.
And the
I'm like 10.
and the brother, I believe, is an Aramanga author, right? He's like,
Yes,
yeah,
he is an author.
How do I remember more of Aramanga Sensei than
I
you?
don't know, man.
Bro, she's practically got like the fucking Cars bed, bro. What is that? She's not a hentai
Basically,
artist.
this-
Oh no, what the fuck? What the fuck is that?
So yeah, you can see he was a very responsive to that, right? And he's saying, you know, what is that? Saying you can have the FBI knocking on your door, which obviously does imply a couple of things about people who like it, right? And yeah, Aramanga Sensei, as they literally kind of explained, is that kind of plot behind it. And yeah, obviously there's many people that feel differently on the anime, and obviously lollicons and lollies and all of this kind of stuff. We've talked about this many times on this channel, which again, you can feel how you want about it. And yeah, you know, these kind of clips and stuff, his very like anti-lolly sentiment has been very known because they did end up getting dropped from a Blue Archive sponsor, which obviously has a lot of lolly characters within it, with Iron Mouse, Zentreya, Giguk, and then obviously Sea Dog. And all of them ended up getting dropped. So obviously Iron Mouse as well, and it became a whole thing. A lot of VTuber fans weren't very happy, but of course a lot of Blue Archive fans weren't very happy either that Sea Dog was being included.
It's so funny. This is funny. They're basically saying, alright. They're basically saying that the right message from the wrong guy. CTOV, CDog V is a. They're saying that he's a scummy cynic who says whatever gets views. And Kasahana notes the clip is actually pretty old, so maybe his views evolved? Huh? Did they? I don't know. But the audience isn't convinced without clear proof that it's older clips. So I guess okay, I get both sides here. On one hand, consistency matters. If someone spent years dunking on certain types of content and even got dropped from sponsorships over it, suddenly preaching, don't be scared of problematic stuff is gonna get side-eyed. Literally. On the other hand, however, people do change opinions over time. We've all looked back at stuff we've said 2 to 3 years ago and cringed or shifted because we got uncomfortable. But in the internet, years, you need to address the past head on, or the clip montage army comes for you. Literally, they're like, "Oh, really? We've got clips of you doing this." That's what that seems like to me. It's like there's really no chance for anyone to catch a break, really. Even if you have an opinion now that was different from years ago, people will still use what you said it in the past against you because the past has a really bad history of just coming up and saying, "Hey, remember me?"
Sea Dog was being included within the sponsor, which I think was fair enough because someone that doesn't like lollies being doing a sponsor for a lolly game, it doesn't make sense. Why is this happening, right? So again, lots of people confused, lots of people why is this happening? And yeah, they're saying he's right. The issue is stupid people who don't understand that this is fiction, consuming it means nothing about your character. The issue is people like Sea Dog who call Lolly disgusting and a literal child. That's why he was rejected when Blue Archive announced a sponsorship. So yeah, essentially what people are saying is, his very anti lolly sentiment, which is, it's kind of like this kind of problematic media that he's talking about here. Obviously, problematic is kind of a phrase that people use, right? Saying we're scared to like problematic media, obviously saying like a mirror. So a lot of people saying he's like one of the people that are scared to like problematic media. Saying, does CDOG VA have a 15-minute long attention span? People like CDOG himself talk massive shit about problematic media, and it scares a generation that values approval by consensus. Then I think they're getting kind of out of touch with it, with their own environment. But as much as I agree with this take, it's just very strange coming from the guy who has had a history of not liking lollies and gacha games, but yet has no problem with accepting money to help promotion for Blue Archive, which is the gacha game with lollies. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of what people are saying, right? I just kind of wanted to, talk about it because I think it is a very interesting, response that people have been having. Of course, there's also tons of quotes to this post as well, saying one thing that frustrates me about younger people right now is not wanting to engage with something because it explores a topic that makes you feel uncomfortable. But I also think you need to engage with media that makes you uncomfortable within reason, which, yeah, I think that's true, right? You don't. necessarily have to like it either. You could just like kind of watch it and see what it's about, and make up your own mind on whether you like it or not. Saying, motherfucker, you helped foster this environment. Saying people are mocking his take, and kind of rightfully so. Dude is on the forefront of denouncing problematic media, even in a room full of people who like it, on a show made for people who like it, with an audience of people who like it, he'll still scream at the top of his lungs about how heckin' problematic something is. So I wish he would have felt the same when he got backlash from the chuds in his fandom after he hung out with Hassan. So yeah, saying that's hilarious coming from this podcast. Saying, isn't this guy also scared? Saying, what are you scared of, a four-letter word? Which again, yeah, I mean, it it is quite funny. Saying, I just wish they would straight up admit who is actually causing these problems. And I'm going to straight up say it, because I don't care if people get upset. Back in 2020, thanks to everyone being locked in their room due to COVID, people had way more free time to do things they would have never considered doing prior to COVID. This gave way to the boom in streaming, content creation, gaming, and Japanese media.
This part of Kazahana's video is actually really interesting. He talks about the 2020 boom, the lockdown, the Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen bringing in tons of views and new fans, but many of them still have the normie lens where anything more unfiltered feels problematic. The censorship push from certain political sides in Western media creeping up on the Japanese into anime is like it's both sides wanting to force changes on Japanese media. The more you know, the less you want to know. Anyway, the your room full of anime merch is problematic vibe is what I'm getting from this. I think he's cooking here. Anime has always had edgy, weird, uncomfortable stuff. That's part of its appeal. Not for a lot of people, but it's not sanitized, okay? The new wave of fans clashing with longtime fans is real. And yeah, rage bait farming doesn't help anyway. It doesn't help anyone either. Overall, okay, my final thoughts on this, okay? The core idea that we should be able to discuss and consume a fiction without it defining our entire moral character is solid. Nuance is dead online, and we need to bring it back. But trust is earned, and if your history contradicts the message, people are gonna call it out. Like I said before, you're not gonna be able to catch a break out here. Whether Sea Dog's views actually change or this is selective clip farming, well, we'll see if he addresses it directly. What do you think, guys? What do you think? What do y'all think? Is this a fair criticism of or overblown? Are you team right message, wrong messenger? Or do you think people should just let the take stand on its own? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I actually read them. If you enjoyed this reaction, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you knock out that freaking annoying ass bell. He's more annoying than anything. Anyway, let me know what your other drama or clips you want me to react to. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. I gotta go bite someone's ankles.